Money Masterclass, where I teach you how to make money, manage money, multiply money. So in these entrepreneurship lessons, you are trained to become an effective entrepreneur in whatever sector or business that you are doing. Now, this is Frank the Genius, the business tycoon who does entrepreneurship mentorship classes as well as a multi-millionaire in different currencies. Now, as a person who does different businesses, including Bitcoin, Forex trading, and also other business aspects, such as real estate and so on, there are certain principles that you need to know concerning how you can become a success in business. Now, in today's mentorship class, what you're going to be looking at is how does one progress in life. And the topic that we're focusing on is develop high income skills. Don't look for money. Focus on developing high income skills. That's a topic that we are learning. Focus on developing high income skills. Don't look for money. So this has been neglected over the years by different people seeking wealth is so they can become rich. Many people have not understood this principle. Back in the old age, many people, if you look at the Egyptians, they were men of skill and they were men of understanding. That's what has made Egypt to have many inventions. So there's something that you need to know about how the world works. The world pays those ones who have got skill. It doesn't pay those ones who are looking for money. That's the reason why when you bring it down, you're looking for a job, they'll ask you, what can you offer this company? If you are to employ you, what can you bring on the table? What can make this company develop? Same when you're coming to your entrepreneurial journey. The same thing. Develop high income skills. Don't focus on looking for money. If you're always looking for money when it comes to business, you're always spending sleepless nights thinking on how you can multiply your money. You know, it may not be that easy. The best is first, develop your high income skills. What do I mean when I say high income skill? It starts first by having low income skills. Low income skills are those skills that you develop. Sometimes you call them talents or skills that you're good at. It could be that you're good with baking. It could be that you're good with playing soccer. It could be that you're good with teaching. It could be that you're good in selling eggs. It could be you're good in selling clothes. It could be that you're good with doing hair for people, doing nails, plaiting, any kind of skill that you have developed. Now, it becomes a low income skill when you are starting it. But you develop that low income skill into a high income skill, meaning the only way you can develop the low income skill into a high income skill is by doing what? By sharpening your skills. Develop your skills. When you develop your skills into high income skills, you become the type of skill that you have. In that skill so that your skill becomes sharper. In you developing your skills, it becomes easy for people to employ you. Okay? It becomes easy also for people to buy your product, because people now, they want people who have got skill, and not just having skill, but those ones who have mastered their skill. Have you seen, for example, in the construction industry, when people are doing construction, you would have noticed that if you're trying to build a structure, whether it's a multi-story building, it's a house, it's a guest house, it's a motel or a hotel or any other kind of structure, you find that people don't follow because you have got a degree, a master's or a PhD. No, that's not what they follow. They follow, are you able to actually materialize the structure? They follow those ones with experience, and experience comes with developing a skill. So become so effective in your skill. Practice your skill daily, sharpen your skill, develop it to a level whereby people cannot do without you. Once you develop your skill to that level, where people that without your presence, they always need you. Develop your skill to such a level. So this is importance of developing high income skills, because high income skills, they help you to have money. When you develop high income skills, you don't need to look for money. Money will look for you. You know, every person wants to associate with a businessman who knows what he's talking about. Same thing with a pastor, for example. If you bring it home to somebody who is a Christian, you cannot be under a pastor who is not knowledgeable, who is ignorant. Now, if it even applies to the Christian aspect, how much more other matters of life? Make sure you become skillful. Become very, very skillful. Become skillful in business. Become skillful. If you're a marriage counselor, become skillful. Read books concerning marriage counseling. If you're a person who is running a restaurant, read books concerning restaurants. Move in other restaurants, move in other different places or developed places. Look at the way they're running their restaurants. Look at the type of foods they bring. See how well you can bring their principle into your restaurant. Develop it. Make it better than the way it was. Develop your skills. Start offering new type of foods at your restaurant. Cook it in a better way. Use new plates. Put new chairs. Put a TV. Put a fan. Develop it. You develop your skill. Become better than the way you were previously. In doing so, you find that people will always seek you. Same thing with things like plaiting. For example, a woman who is good with plaiting hair. When you begin to plait hair, you develop your skill. You become more neat than the way you used to plait. Become more faster than the way you used to plait. If you're just plaiting hair, don't just plait hair. Introduce different styles of plaiting. Improve on your plaiting. If you're alone, employ someone else. Become 2. Become 3. Develop. Become better. Put nice pictures of attraction where you're plaiting hair. Advertise on social media. All what I'm trying to tell you is whatever skill, whatever talent that you have, it is your high income skill. And if you can develop it to a level where it begins to give you a 4-figure, 6-figure, digit when it comes to your money, it means you're making it big in life. It means you're making it big in life. So I don't know how I can make these things so clear to you. Develop high income skills. And how do you develop high income skills? First, how you develop high income skills is by studying. Be a reader. Someone says leaders are readers. For you to be a leader, you ought to read. You ought to read. Meaning, read things consistent with your skill. Develop your skill. Know more about it. Read. That's a first level. Read. You cannot but read. There was a man called Ben Carson who said books are the voices of ancient knowledge speaking to us. So it means the people of old, their ideas, their thoughts concerning different aspects of entrepreneurship that they wrote, or be it leadership, be it a subject, a topic, a program, they tabulated it in a book and transferred their knowledge into that book, so that even if they are gone or they have passed on, their knowledge is transferred to the next generation. So when you read, you access hidden treasures of wisdom and knowledge that was stored in those books. And then you find that your understanding and your perspective on how you understand entrepreneurship, leadership skills, and impact when it comes to being an influencer in your generation is increased. So I cannot overemphasize the aspect of actually reading. In this generation, you ought to be a reading church. You can't but read. The only way you can become a success in your venture or your journey in business and entrepreneurship is by you being an effective reader. Don't just read newspapers. No, buy a book talking about a specific topic. Is there a problem that you're facing in your business? Maybe it could be marketing. Begin to read more about how you can market, how you market your business. Are you facing problems when it comes to writing? Maybe you're not good concerning how you write or tabulate your things in your business. Read a book concerning how you can become an effective writer. You see, read books in any area that you are having problems in. In this generation, it's very easy to actually access wisdom and knowledge. Okay, so the second thing is learn to ask those who are ahead of you in the same field and learn from them, either guided or unguided learning. Learn to ask those, that's the second point. Learn to ask those who are ahead of you, either through guided learning or unguided learning. Meaning, in whatever business that you are doing, there are those ones who have gone ahead of you. And the journey that you are seeking, they have finished it before you started. So it means they've got experience. They know what works and what does not work. So for you who is new in that business and you want to develop in that business, make sure you collide with such kind of people who are knowledgeable than you. You see, it could be you're thinking of opening an online school. Someone has already done it. You're thinking of opening a physical school. Someone has done it. You're thinking of opening a salon. Someone has done it. You're thinking of opening a massage bay. Someone has done it. You're thinking of opening a lot. Someone has done it. You're thinking of opening a restaurant. Someone has done it. Go and ask that person. Ask the person, what does it take to open a restaurant? How did you start? Get the beginnings on how they started that business. Ask them how they did it. Learn from their story. Be motivated. It will minimize you from making grievous mistakes, and they'll even give you hints on how certain things should be avoided. So you can't but ask those who have gone ahead of you so that they mentor you. Now, sometimes they refuse, and as they refuse in such a way that I'll tend to you can try to check. I don't just check. I don't think it's here though.
Is there someone using?
You check. I'm having a class with something I'm doing. Okay. All right. Just hold on. Okay. So as I was explaining, is it there?
That one is not the one.
Okay. Maybe try to go and check from the. Okay. There was an interference with. I was distracted and everything. But as I was saying, let me continue with what I was explaining. So that's what I was explaining. The importance of doing that. So you ought to ask somebody who has gone way ahead of you, and they're basically actually there. Okay, so in you doing so, you find that you minimize certain mistakes that you're supposed to have made. So make sure you ask those who are ahead and have gone ahead of you in business. Now, sometimes you find that other people can be greedy. They may not give you the information, but you can learn from afar. When I mean you can have what you call unguided learning, meaning look at what they are doing, and what they are doing, replicate what they are doing. You don't need, there's one man who said you don't need to create your own Bob Marley song. What that means is you don't need it's not always when you need to bring a new idea. Sometimes you can copy an idea from someone else and then replicate the same idea where you are staying, where your locality is, or where you are doing business. So that's exactly what you do. That's exactly what you do. So same thing with business. You don't necessarily need to come with a business that hasn't been done before. You can actually copy a business from somebody who is already doing it, and then you can start that same business in your area. You look at demand, and then you replicate the same business and start, and then do exactly what that person is doing where you are staying or another location. You find that you begin to get the same results that that person is actually getting. So the third the third principle that can help you when it comes to developing your high income skills, it is always put your entrepreneurship skill at work daily. Always act on your skill every day. Do something to develop your skill. What I mean is put your skill to work. If it means you're going to look for clients, go and look for clients. If it means you calling your clients, call your clients. Talk to them every day. Move a step ahead. Create a page. Create a WhatsApp group. Open different media platforms. There are different media platforms. You can have your adverts flying everywhere. Advertise yourself. Take advantage of those media platforms, which drives me to the fourth uh, principle, which is you use the internet. Make sure in this generation, if you want to make it big, you want to become very successful, you need to use your internet. Let the internet be your best friend, because you can access anything that you want to learn using the internet. Make sure you're actually listening to these principles I'm giving you, because they'll help you. Don't just buy bundles to browse, to be on social media, but not doing anything. No, advertise your products on social media. Develop your skill every day. Advertise your products on social media. Develop your skill every day. Keep on getting better. Open a page. Be involved. Research. Find out how you can become an effective business person through the internet. Google. Go on search engines. Research. Become very effective. Become very, very effective. Okay? And then the next thing is, how do you develop your skill? The next thing is networking. When I mean networking, I mean don't be a local businessman, but network with others. Someone said it's better you are getting 10% from a group business than 100% from a business that is not even working. What I mean is, maybe I put it in such a way that you can understand. What I mean is better you are having a company, you are in a company where you are owning 10% shares in that company, than being a director of a company 100% that is not producing any results. That's what I'm trying to say. You see, when it comes to success and development, when it comes to business, it's not necessarily being your own boss, but being in a company or developing a company that is actually working. So when I talk about networking, network with friends, even the other entrepreneurs who are in other businesses, because in you doing so, you find that you can have shares in their business, or you can be involved in their business. You don't necessarily need to own their business, but you can become a sharer or a partner in their business, where they'll give you a percentage in that business, and then that will also help you to effectively bring you into an area where you are wealthy. So you don't necessarily need to own the business 100%, no, but you can become a partner in the business and also be given shares such as dividends and so on. I hope you have learned something in that entrepreneurial teaching that I've given you. So basically, what the roundoff of what I was saying is you have to develop your high income skills. Don't rush looking for money, because when you develop your high income skills, money will come to you automatically, because money follows where skill is, and where skill is, it is inevitable for money not to come. So you need to develop your skill, and those principles that I've taught you, put them to work and make sure you do it daily, and you'll be amazed at the results. Thank you very much for listening to this mentorship class concerning develop your high income skills, don't look for money. Until then, thank you.